النهارده فرح يا جدعان، النهارده فرح يا جدعان.
Relief. You two take care of labor.
Only intended for a plane cut.
You don't want to die of cold. Toll-free.
How do we go past our need for survival to see that somebody else's life is worth giving our own life for? Altruism is a tough one that lies in, like, some kind of humanity that goes deeper than just the need for survival.
Right.
Yeah. And people are more altruistic for people who look like themselves.
That's true.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
And so that comes with, like, the empathy of the Israel and Palestinian thing.
Yep.
If all of them looked exactly like us, we would think about it constantly.
The messed up part is about Israel and Palestine is, though, they kind of all look like each other. Because Israel and Palestine has coexisted beside each other since God knows when, since 1948, when Israel first established, right? So we're talking, like, people have mixed in between. Like I told you guys, like that goalkeeper to the Israel national team, he's half Palestinian, half Israeli.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
So he's actually getting shit from both sides. So it's like, I can't imagine. I mean, I relate to some extent because I'm half Egyptian, half, mixed European mutt from my mom's side. So it's just like, I kind of understand to that extent, like what it's like to be on both sides of the spectrum, where you kind of feel like your own species itself, you know?
Right.
You don't really have an identity.
Yeah, do you maybe feel empathy on both sides of the conflict?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and on a human level, it's so there to feel bad for just loss of human life.
Religion, no religion, you just look at that situation right now and you feel for either side.
Yeah.
You should.
You're like, it's a civil war that's going on right now.
A lot of people don't feel for both sides. A lot of people are so reductionist to the point where they see one side is right and one side is wrong, as opposed to seeing both sides as human fucking beings.
Well, yeah, it's like you're either anti-Semitic or you're Islamophobic.
Totally.
You can't win by siding with either side.
Would you guys
I'm just looking at it from a human perspective, like, oh, this is fucked up either way.
Would you guys agree that most people have that kind of one or the other viewpoint on it, as opposed to a nuanced human viewpoint on it?
Yeah, there's so much going on with it. I feel like highly empathetic people do feel more for Palestine just because Palestine is at such a disadvantage against Israel.
Absolutely.
They're just getting smoked by all the money coming to Israel from the United States.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, Israel has the Iron Dome. Palestine doesn't have anything like that.
No, Palestine has no aid, no weaponry coming their way, so they're kind of fucked.
Yeah.
And they're going to be erased. That's kind of the sad reality of it. It's like, you're outnumbered, you're outmanned. What happens when that occurs? You're fucked.
Yeah, I was at CU Denver when they were having the Palestine protests, and CU Denver was one of, like, an earlier school to do it.
Yeah,
and so I saw it.
Like, they just started doing it at the U of M. Like, they just 2 months ago. It's just like really slow to the punch.
Really?
Yeah, like some students are getting arrested at the U of M now. But continue with your point. Sorry.
To be honest with you, when I first saw it, I was very against these protests. I was super against it. I would walk through the camps, and I was respectful enough, but I didn't respect the protest because I was like hard team Israel. Just because I'm like, okay, the U.S. and Israel have a pact. World War II happened. They had a Holocaust. That's awful. The Jews have been getting crushed. As time is going on, I can totally admit that I am changing my perspective on it, that it's feeling like a genocide. And so I've changed my perspective on it. I was hard team Israel, but now I'm like, Palestine is getting absolutely demolished.
Yeah.
And they don't have anywhere near the same resources that
not even
Israel
close.
has,
And
so
Israel
that's-
is slowing down aid getting into Gaza.
Yeah, my dad is constantly filling me in just because Egypt's right on the border. And Israel's attacked Egypt before. They attacked Egypt back in the 70s. This is my grandpa was in the Egyptian Navy. So, I don't know. My dad's not worried about Egypt. He's like, we have one of the strongest militaries like ever.
Do they really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Do they have a mandatory subscription into the military?
To OnlyFans.
Say that again?
To OnlyFans. You're like, mandatory subscription. I'm like, to OnlyFans.
What would a mandatory subscription to OnlyFans look like?
You have to pay $5 a month to see Mia Khalifa's fake tits.
You think that's where we're heading as a society? You have to do this.
No, like an OnlyFans tax, like a mandatory OnlyFans.
Gun
tax.
to my head. I'll subscribe, guys. Jesus.
It's like they know everybody watches porn.
Just tell me
They're
which
just like,
tits.
okay, we're gonna just start deciding what porn you can watch.
Yeah. You know, I almost feel like it's
That's
more,
the kind of dictatorship I'm hoping for.
Yeah. Sometimes it feels more ethical to pay for your porn. Like, there's been times in my life where I've tried to stop watching porn. Right now, I'm trying to stop watching porn. And I almost feel better paying for it because I'm like, okay, this is now like a service that I'm getting. I'm not just like a leech on the internet just watching these naked girls have sex.
Yeah, dude, it's definitely more ethical consumption if you pay for it directly.
Yeah.
It's like OnlyFans is like small farm raised beef.
Yeah.
You know, like it's like grass fed beef.
fully organic.
Right. You're not keeping them in cages and letting them out just get slaughtered.
Yeah.
You're giving them a life.
Do you guys know anyone from high school, like any girls from high school that have an OnlyFans
Yeah,
now?
well,
And you're like, oh shit, that's their livelihood now.
I knew a
I've
girl
checked.
who was who joined one of the the Suicide Girls. You guys know what that is?
Yeah,
It's like
Suicide
for,
Girls is like tatted up
for, like,
chicks
tatted
in lingerie
like
and they show their
emo-
titties.
Emo girls,
Browsers?
yeah.
Emo browsers, yeah.
Emo browsers?
It wasn't.
Okay.
No, it's not. It's not hardcore porn. It's
She'll
not.
slit her wrist, but she'll fucking masturbate with the blood.
Wow.
Tonight will be the night that I will fall for you.
This is back in the day, though, so like Reliant K. And,
Oh man.
so she's a suicide girl, so she does softcore.
Softcore, yeah, softcore photo shoots. She doesn't do it anymore. She did it for like a couple of years. She did like 4 photo sets, and you bet your ass I got that shit written in stone
Wow.
on my hard drive.
What's her full name?
She had a fuck. What was?
Pull it up on the TV right now.
She had like a stage name. I think it was like Red Wolf or something. Something
Oh,
Wolf.
It's always something
Yeah.
mysterious.
That is kind of a suicide girl name.
yeah,
Red Wolf.
yeah.
Black Widow.
Like a predator
Right.
of some sort. Yeah,
Right.
Black Widow. Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, she was good at it though. I don't know.
That's like an emo Mexican chick. I'm Black Widow.
That's it. I feel like you don't get a lot of.
Shit.
I feel like you don't
Look
get a
at my
lot
pussy,
of,
man. Shit.
On the lid.
On the list.
I feel
Yeah.
like most porn stars don't come from the Midwest though. It's a lot of like coastal cities, like a lot of Miami.
Well,
True.
that's where they
A lot of LA.
record a lot of it. So,
Yeah.
like, you know the little, I don't know what it is, but like the warning label at the beginning of a lot of porns?
You read that shit?
I read where it's recorded, and a lot of it is outside of Los Angeles,
Yep.
Miami,
Okay.
and places like Oregon has some. But I just don't think there's a lot of like porn studios in Minnesota. So I think girls like Ex-Kogi. It's you guys ever watch Ex-Kogi?
Ex-Kogi, it sounds like a breed of a dog.
Ex-college girls is the right.
I got my corgi, but it's my ex's.
Come here, girl. Come here. Come on. Come. Yeah, a lot of those girls will be like, oh, yeah, I'm from Ohio. My boyfriend just broke up with me. I'm just coming out here to make some money.
And get drilled
Like,
on
they're
camera.
Midwest girls who tape the porn out in California.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And the porn
A lot of the
industry's
production
fucked, man.
companies are out. Yeah, like you're right. Out of Miami, out of California,
Right.
Los Angeles.
Yeah.
But I think the game's changing with OnlyFans and shit like that because
can record
people
anywhere.
that you're saying out in the Midwest who normally have to go coast to coast
Yeah.
to get into that industry, the game's changing where they're now making their own bukkake inside their own apartment
Yeah, it's like
that they're renting out.
It's like farm to
and their
ta-
landlord has no idea.
It's directly farm to table at this point.
yeah, dude.
It is.
You know?
It
Yeah.
is.
It's organic.
Yeah.
That's organic.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like the Midwest mindset doesn't lend itself well to generating porn stars.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, on a greater scale. I mean, obviously there's exceptions, and there's there's a lot of people that not painting everybody in the Midwest with one paintbrush, but
Yeah.
on a whole, I think you might see less just because it's a less eccentric place to live.
Yep.
Do you think that there's more hot girls in certain locations?
Yeah.
Like, do you think LA has more hot girls per square mile than St. Paul?
Well, yeah, it's a larger city.
Yeah.
You have to go by
It's a larger city,
population
sure.
if you think
I
about
would
it.
say the same thing goes for males too. More hot guys live in LA than in St. Paul.
But then if
Yeah.
you go to like a small town like Nimrod, Minnesota, population 69,
Yeah.
there's got to be like one hot, like the hottest girl in the whole
Oh,
town.
and they know her.
Right.
She's known as the hot girl in
Oh
town.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so 1 out of every 35 girls is hot at that point.
Yeah,
They have like
I feel
a
like-
1 out of 35.
Yeah.
And that's really like
That
probably
seems like,
what it
seems
is.
like good odds.
What percentage of girls are hot? You know, like what percentage is
That's a
it? Like
great
there's
question.
10% of girls are ones, 10% of girls are twos.
No.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
No.
I think probably 70% of girls go all the way up to 7,
Yeah.
and then 30% of girls are 8, 9s, and 10s. And 10s, there's like
2% of them are burn victims who no one will ever love again.
We're talking about ones.
what percent of the 30% of 8, 9s, and 10s are burn victims?
Is there a burn victim who's an 8,
All
9,
right,
or
pull
a
up
10?
the stats.
Is there a burn victim that's an 8?
I mean, if they got a burn on their leg, they're technically a burn victim.
No, I'm
right?
talking. This shit's on your face.
Like
like
a-
she was in a fire.
Like the way we think of when we hear burn victim.
Yeah, oh yeah.
She'd have to have
Yeah.
a really good personality, but I think it's hard to be an 8 as a burn victim.
There was this girl, I think from Brazil. Her boyfriend, like I think, just caught her even looking at another dude.
Yeah.
Next day, threw acid on her fucking face.
Yeah, I saw that.
She got hospitalized, like got like facial restructuring. Like she looks like a mummy. It's fucking terrifying.
It burnt her nose off.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
remember
you
seeing
look like
that.
Michael Jackson, like in the middle of surgery. It's insane. But the worst part was she went back to him, and she's like, "I forgive him."
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's insane. I should Google her.
These hoes are.
Well, I mean, I guess she didn't have a lot of options.
Chris
at that
Brown
point.
was wrong. These hoes are very loyal.
She didn't have a lot of options at that point, right?
Not
like she
very
can
abusive
rebound with someone else
relationship.
if you become
Jesus
a one.
Christ.
Oh, that sucks, man.
Yeah.
Okay, what about this? How many
Can you imagine
guys...
you throw acid on a woman's face and she goes
No.
back to you?
No, it's like...
Jesus.
It's a hot take, but I am against putting acid on women's faces. So what about this? How many guys... What percentage of guys are 8, 9s, and 10s? I would say like 10% of guys are 8, 9s, and 10s.
What was your percentage?
10% of guys are like 8, 9s, and 10s. 90% of guys are 1 through 7s.
I feel like
Yeah,
the high
yeah, that
population
sounds right.
of like hot dudes come from like the Scandinavian region.
Oh, yeah.
Those Viking-looking motherfuckers, dude.
Yeah.
My God, dude.
I mean, it
Yeah.
depends. I mean, I think it's, I don't know. It's coming from a place of total bias, but there's way more hot chicks than hot guys to me.
Oh, yeah,
but
I
that
think
could
we're
be-
outnumbered.
That
I
could be
think
very
that's true, though.
a fallacy.
I don't know. I think that's like... I think
Women
that's
are
the
easier
truth.
to look at than guys. Just
Women are
hands
easier
down.
to look at.
Yeah.
And I think even women would agree with that.
I think women agree with that, too.
It
Everybody
all
agrees that
depends
women
on
are easier to look
perspective,
at.
Ryan.
Yeah.
And so, because of that, like, if 10% of guys are 8, 9s, and 10s, 10-ish percent,
Yep.
what percentage of those guys are burn victims? A higher percentage of guys are burn victims who are still hot than girls. Who are still hot as burn victims.
A guy who got his face burned off could be hotter after the
Yeah?
afterwards. Yeah, because
Girls
it's like
scars.
It's like a hard rugged
They do.
thing.
Girls
you
do
know?
like scars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
They're like,
Germans...
he's been through some shit.
So I read this online.
I'm wet.
He's-
You know?
There was an NFL player who got his face burned off in a fire, and he looks badass as hell.
Oh,
I
yeah.
totally believe that.
Yeah.
So the Germans would
like a video game
They
character.
would get like a cut on their face in like sword fighting. They would do this in like Nazi college, I guess, and they would fill it with horsehair so it wouldn't heal. So they would keep like these gnarly scars on themselves because it was like an attractive look to look like masculine with a big
Yeah.
scar on your face.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's where I'm at with that too. It's one of those double standards, you know.
Yeah.
Because I think there's no amount of scarring or burn scar. I guess that's considered scarring too. On a woman's face that I think could like make her look better.
Yeah, it could make her look more
I
interesting.
could deal with a chick who's got like.
I mean, you could deal with for sure. Deal with
Well,
it.
there's like, I don't know. Do you guys remember the movie Twilight?
Twilight. The
I never heard of it.
vampire
Never
one?
heard of it.
The vampire and,
Yeah.
and werewolf movie?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
shit! Really?
Yeah, remember that shit?
No.
All the
never
girls
heard
were like obsessed with it in the,
You've
like
heard of it?
the 2010 era.
of it. Really?
Yeah, you don't remember that shit?
What was it called?
With Robert Pattinson and is it Kristen Stewart?
Yeah, Kristen Stewart. The girl
Yep,
who,
and then
like,
Taylor
lives in
Lautner was the
style.
wolf boy.
What was it called? Flylight?
Twilight.
Oh wow.
Fireflies.
Huh? Firelight?
What is it?
Fireflight. Fireflight.
Twinkle?
That's
Oh,
what it was. Fireflight.
Fireflight.
But there was
yeah.
a chick in that movie that that was like a native chick, and she's a part of the wolf pack, and she had like the scar across her eye, and I was like, she's kind of hot.
Yeah, yeah.
Side of the face is better. I
Yeah.
think direct. If you look in the mirror and you see the scar
Sure.
making eye contact with yourself in the mirror, that's a bad location for the scar. But if you can't see the scar making eye contact with yourself in the mirror, it's
Yeah.
not as bad. Like
you,
a scar.
Like
on
you can't
your
date a
neck.
female like Harvey Dent. Like Two-Face.
Two-Face would be tough. Dating a girl Two-Face would be tough. Okay, I just watched Dark Knight Rises. Great movie.
Yeah, yep.
Dude, his tongue is out of the side of
That's
his face.
Dark Knight. Dark Knight Rises the one after that one.
Oh, okay,
with
so the
with
Dark
Bane.
Knight.
So
Okay.
it's the Dark Knight with
Sure.
Joker, yep.
Dude, his tongue is like out of his face, and you can see like his
Yeah, like
jaw
Aaron, I
muscles.
think Aaron Urquhart, I think is his name, is the actor.
He's great.
Yeah, he's fucking great.
He's
But yeah, it's like
incredible.
literally you can see like the exposed muscle and facial
Yeah,
structures.
yeah.
Like he just said fuck it. He's just like, I'm gonna look like a fucking ghoul.
Yeah, dude, Heath Ledger was 27.
Oh, that's nuts. He was our age essentially.
Yeah, he was 27, 28 maybe when
That's
he finished.
nuts.
No, because wasn't he in the 27 club?
So he might have been
died
27.
at 27.
Yeah,
right?
yep.
Okay, yeah.
Mhm.
So he did the whole Joker as a 27-year-old. He channeled it too. I mean, I know it's been talked
Yeah.
about, but the Joker, he
Did he
it
really
so
die
well.
that fast after the movie came out?
Untouchable.
I think it was pretty soon after. Yeah,
Was it?
Yeah, he killed himself, right?
No, it was just a heroin overdose. He was using like, and that kind of like that's kind of what helped attribute his role as the Joker. He was using a lot of fucking drugs.
Cool people do heroin. Like not all
he's
people,
so cool.
Well, like not all cool people do heroin, but no, that means all people who do heroin are cool.
Yeah.
So, but all cool
Famous
people do
people.
heroin.
Like Keith Richards.
Okay. That you got something going here. You're onto
Yeah.
something here. Okay, so I think it's famous heroin overdoses happen to be like pretty cool people, right?
Yeah.
But you got to be someone at that point. I think any famous person who dies from an overdose is generally cool.
Like it's cool
Right?
I mean it's cool to die of an overdose. That's a kind of a cool like
If you're
romantic way to
famous,
go.
If you're upper class, it's not
Jesus
a
Christ.
cool way to go if you're poor. Right?
That's true.
It's like one of those things where the duality between being wealthy and
Well, if
being
you're poor, they'll find your body in a fucking warehouse surrounded by heroin needles and
Yeah.
bottles.
That's kind of how you know you made it. Is if when you die of a heroin overdose, people are like, "That was
That
cool."
was
That's how
pretty
you
cool,
know
yeah.
that you made it in life.
Yeah, you're right.
So
Hey,
I've
wifey.
heard about heroin overdoses that people don't often die of a heroin overdose who are like using frequently. Sure, if it's fentanyl and they didn't know. But I've heard that's people trying to get clean and then who relapse and then are like, okay, I can still take however
same-
much heroin.
the
you take,
same amount
half
that
a
they did,
gram,
yeah.
a gram. And then they do it and then they overdose. Because like hard heroin users, I don't think they often overdose strictly on heroin. Like, have you ever heard of somebody, this is kind of different. Have you ever heard of somebody overdosing on meth?
No,
I haven't either.
I haven't actually.
I don't know if people really do it. I think they more just like eat drywall until they die or just do like crazy shit.
Yeah, slit their wrists or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, meth overdoses are sure happen, right?
Like a massive heart attack or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm back. The pizza's still coming.
Still coming.
And we're back. Granddaddies. Episode 17.
Yep. Season 6.
Season 6.
We always just make up some number.
No, bro, what are you talking
Well,
about?
no, we're
just been on-
If you think about it,
We're
though,
on
we've known
season
each other for over a decade.
Yep.
So if you think about it, we are probably on season 37, episode
Oh, we're on
8.
season 82, if that's the case, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
That's kind of a nice way to look at it as like seasons.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, this would be like season 11, season 10.
Right, we're on right now.
Yeah,
Yep.
we're on like season 11.
Definitely.
Because
10 or
usually,
11
like,
now.
usually if you're talking about like a sitcom or a TV show, a season's every year,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
We've been doing this for about 10 years.
Our first season
Holy shit,
was
yeah.
nice. We had a nice first season. We had like a great
Our
pilot.
first season was definitely the hook that got people's attention.
Yeah, up until like season 3, and then season 4 through season 9 was
Had-
a little like
I had a little bit of a low. There was some
some of the characters did different things.
some growing.
It's a gray
pains, for
area.
sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Definitely. But I think
Yeah.
we're starting to hit our stride now. You know, once we get into double-digit seasons here.
The best shows start getting good at season 11.
Oh yeah,
Those are the best
ones.
shows. Yeah.
Because really, what you think, if you think about it, the first 10 seasons are pretty much just backstory.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
It's
yeah.
all just exposition at that point.
Yep. Yeah. Like set and setting.
Yeah, setting the
plots.
scene, the characters.
Yeah.
I mean, you need at least 5 seasons to introduce the main character.
In a person's life of seasons, a lot of characters come and go. That is something like
That's true.
It is. Soap operas nail it, dude. Less with people coming back after like being stuck in like a hurricane and dying and then being brought back to life. That happens less, but still characters come and go.
They come and go, yeah. And you can have a character that enters your life for just an episode.
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
a 5-episode stretch or a 5-season stretch. then they die.
Yeah.
Or then they steal your girl and break your heart.
I feel like if we were to like, if our friendship was based on like a show, like a regular show.
Yeah.
Not like, I wouldn't say we're like the show Friends or like How I Met Your Mother.
Yeah.
What's another one?
Because there's a lot more sexual tension.
We're not gay. It's
in
not
our
Will and
friendship.
Grace.
Oh.
Little gay, I guess.
Well, I mean, I
little
just
gay.
think that there's an element of it that keeps it going. I think for male friendships, you need a level of sexual tension. Microphones, how they look, is it phallic or failing?
I can't hear you, bro.
What's it? You can't?
You got to talk to the
No, I
mic,
can't,
buddy.
yeah.
What's it called? What's it called when something looks like a dick? Is it
Phallic.
It's phallic.
Yeah.
Not
Phallic,
phallic.
Phallic.
Okay.
It's phallic, right?
Yeah, because
I've read that
because,
way more than I've heard
because
it,
the
but-
terminology fellatio comes from oral sex.
Oh.
No, but phallic is PHA. Fellatio starts with an F. I think it's a
Oh.
different root. It could be the same root.
I think.
That's
Well,
interesting.
I don't know. You're not asking an expert. You're asking a
Is-
You're an
retard.
etymologist.
What is fellatio? Is fellatio getting head?
Oral sex.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's getting.
Is
head.
it if you eat a girl out? Is that fellatio?
No, that's cunnilingus.
That's cunnilingus.
cunnilingus.
Fellatio is a fancy word for blowjob.
Fellatio's blowjob. Cunnilingus is eaten box.
Cunnilingus.
That's how
What
Michael
is-
Douglas got throat
Cunnilingus?
cancer.
Cunnilingus.
Okay.
Cunnilingus.
Cunnilingus.
I read on Wikipedia
Is
recently
that where the word comes from?
Derivative.
Is
Yes.
it? How is it spelled? Is
What is
it?
the etymology of
C-U-N-N,
Derives from the word
it's
cunt.
no T in it, but
There's no T
I
in
can
it.
see the
Okay,
CUN
okay,
being
okay.
a prefix.
No.
That could mean the
I
same
just
thing.
wasn't
And-
sure how
and
it
we're
was
back.
spelled.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh.
So I was on Wikipedia recently trying to figure out what women want, and I came across the word.
You watched that shitty Mel Gibson movie? What a woman wants.
I think I googled jelking, and that's how I got to Wikipedia. But I saw a word that is analingus.
Oh, pizza's here. Be right back.
And on that, we'll be right back.
All right.
Yeah.
Wet butthole. Wet butthole.
Now my dad understands.
butthole. He's wet butthole.
All right, we're good, right?
And we're back.
That was a good run. We're back.
This still has 4 minutes left.
We're
4 minutes left.
welcome to the Wet
fuck.
Butthole podcast.
We can't even play that. We're going to get copyrighted. Spotify.
Whose instrumental is it?
It's Tom Bailey backing tracks.
Oh, I don't
Maybe
think,
we could email Tom
I don't
Bailey.
think Tom Bailey would mind.
Yeah, I mean,
Once we send him our script, he should be fine with it.
G major backing tracks for guitar by Tom Bailey
Oh, that's good
is
stuff.
absolutely. I bet there's 100 backtracks.
I love G major for backing track.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I love G major as well.
Oh, so good. So versatile too, because you can go different routes on the guitar with that one.
Yeah, I do A minor backtracks a lot.
Yeah.
I like A minor for it.
Yeah,
I like
dude. A minor's the OG.
It's A minor's so
A minor
good.
is the
so
OG
nice and-
for backing
It-
tracks,
you
for
can you
sure.
can play it in somber, but then you can clean it up with C major.
You can.
So nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
Don't even get me started on like Mixolydian
Oh,
or Ionian.
Ionian.
Yeah, Ionian's nice. What did we talk to Derek about? Ionian 6?
We talked about the Mixolydian and which note in the scale is flatted.
I think Mixolydian is the
It's a
Four?
flat. It's a flat seventh.
it's a flat 7th.
It's a flat seventh.
Yeah, a flat 7th.
Bum 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 bum.
But then also there's the
Can you
harmonic
understand music
minor.
without having to like take like know notes or take some sort of music theory?
My
Yes.
music theory is not very good.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not very good. I mean, I'm a guitar player, so it shouldn't be good, really.
Yeah.
Any guitar player who knows their music theory is kind of a bitch.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's like, come on, bro. Tabs.
If you want to get great at it, forget the music theory.
Yeah, forget it.
Like if you've
That'll
learned it,
just-
try to forget it.
That'll just put you in a box.
Shock therapy, something. Get it out of your head.
Yeah, get it out of there.
No, I feel like a lot of great musicians didn't know much music theory at all. I don't think Jimmy Hendrix knew too much.
Most great guitar players really didn't know.
He knew how to
music
play the
theory.
national anthem with his guitar.
Exactly. They just go on guitar tabs and they just learn the tabs. Like that's how the greats.
UltimateGuitar.com, baby.
UltimateGuitar.com. That's what the greats do. They just go.
what
They
the greats
Google tabs and they
Yep.
learn those.
Chuck Berry.
Well, Jimi Hendrix
Learned-
learned how to play it from looking up Jimi Hendrix's tabs on
Exactly.
guitar tabs.
Yep.
Like that's he was just copying it.
He went on the internet.
tabs. yeah, that's all he did.
And then he overdosed for some reason shortly after that.
Yeah,
because
I mean-
because he ran out of songs of his own to learn.
if I have my
Yeah.
history right,
He learned all the songs that he wrote from
guitartabs.com.
guitartabs.com, and then there weren't any more. So he's like, "Fuck, what do I do now?
Yeah,
Let's just overdose
yeah.
on heroin." Which also probably one of the coolest guys to overdose on heroin.
Yeah, one of the coolest.
That would be
Janis
such a
Joplin
cool,
as well. Very cool girl.
No.
VH1 behind the
Jimi
music.
Hendrix died
He's like, I went
from
to
AIDS.
guitartabs.com.
Right?
No.
It wasn't AIDS.
No, 27 heroin,
Heroin.
guaranteed.
Should we look it up? I don't think he
Here,
died
I'll
from
look-
heroin.
Come on,
look it
Jamie.
up.
Get it.
Jimmy had AIDS.
I think Jimi Hendrix had AIDS.
What am I looking at?
He didn't die of AIDS.
How did Jimi
Yeah,
Hendrix
27
die?
is kind of young to die of AIDS, but is it?
You'd have to get AIDS at like 12.
How did who?
Well, no. Okay, when
did
did the
he-
Freddie
AIDS
Mercury got
Ryan,
AIDS.
Ryan.
Freddie Mercury had
Yeah,
AIDS.
From Queen.
Okay, when did
Who?
the AIDS epidemic
Jimi Hendrix.
start?
How'd he die?
Before Jimmy.
Drug overdose,
The
as far
AIDS
as I know.
epidemic was in the 80s.
Sure. Yeah.
Jimi
you're
Hendrix
right.
was in the.
I was thinking of
Like
Freddie
70s.
Mercury. I was
70s,
thinking
yeah.
of Freddie Mercury.
So I mean, I wonder, did Jimmy live until
I mean,
the 80s?
AIDS
He
existed
might have
before the 80s.
I think he died in like 78.
Yeah, AIDS. When did AIDS start?
Okay.
No,
AIDS
Jimmy-
was
What
the
are your,
80s.
all
late
your
80s.
final
80s was
answers?
in America. We had the
For
AIDS
what?
epidemic. But like, when did AIDS begin? Did AIDS begin like 4,000 years ago?
Probably. I probably did.
The history of syphilis is very interesting.
All right, we gotta figure out
One
what
thing at a
happened
time,
to
Joe. One
Jimi
thing at a
Hendrix.
time.
What are your?
Watch.
How
We're
did
back.
Jimi
We're back.
Hendrix die?
What are all
He
your
died from
guesses?
syphilis.
I know for a fact he died of a heroin overdose.
Maybe you should smoke weed. You got to slow down, buddy.
Never, dude. I will never
You're like,
smoke.
I'm all nicked out, brother.
Never
I had
smoked
Lebanese
weed.
food.
Never smoked weed. Never will. I'm against it.
Me too. By the
Big
way,
anti-weed.
I will not incriminate myself on this podcast.
I can't do it, man. Marijuana is very addicting, and
I'm
it's
eating
I-
bullets right now,
lethal.
just so people
Joe,
know.
that was a very, very persuasive argument.
That
you
it's-
just saying that it was confidently. That
well,
he died
because
from
I
heroin
know he
overdose?
died of a heroin overdose.
And AIDS.
He didn't have AIDS. Jimmy did not have
know.
AIDS.
Was there a lot of heroin in like this is like early 70s?
Someone's
he
got to play the
died,
devil's
right?
advocate here. It's going to be me.
Like 70, 71. When did he die?
That was like 78. I'm going to go 78.
1970.
Yeah,
1970.
Ooh, I'm very wrong.
An accidental overdose of barbiturates.
Ooh, those were hot back then.
Those were big.
So,
So
he,
it's how
he
Marilyn Monroe
attended
died,
a
right?
party. Hold on, there's
Okay,
a whole
let's hear it,
timeline
let's hear
here.
it.
Okay.
The night before, he attended a party and drank wine and haddish. The
Get some haddish?
You mean,
the morning,
you mean hashish?
yeah. Thank you. And then the morning of his death, he took too many of his girlfriend's sleeping pills and died from inhaling his own vomit.
Oh, poor buddy. That's
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
relatable if you're trying to sleep to take your girl's sleeping pills. That's like
Just trying to take melatonin.
that's like the yeah.
Poor guy.
Melatonin
Way too many
is not a
melatonin.
barbiturate. Sorry to burst your bubble there, bro.
He was just a
The
good guy
the
trying
street
to get a
value
good
of your
night's sleep.
melatonin has just tanked.
He did nothing wrong.
I would say that melatonin is not a barbiturate as well. I'm gonna agree with
You're gonna
that.
agree with that?
I'll agree. All
right,
I'll
yeah.
go out on a limb and say that melatonin is not a barbiturate.
Good, because you're on the right side of history now, because it's not.
that's
My man was trying to get some sleep. That should be a NyQuil commercial.
yeah.
Jimi Hendrix swallowing his own vomit.
So he died of like
just take NyQuil.
asphyxiation.
A
He
forever
asphyxiated on
sleep.
his. Dang, that sucks, man. That sucks.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ella. Thank you for the.
Of course,
Thanks,
of
Jamie, for
course,
pulling that
of
up.
course.
So he really died from alcohol. Like, did he throw up because of the barbiturates, or did he throw up because he was like just hungover?
Ella.
Sometimes dying when you're hungover doesn't even sound that bad.
You know,
Like he had like an easy hangover that day.
Because he died.
Yeah, because he died.
He didn't have to deal with it.
He didn't have to deal with it.
Yeah.
And knowing Jimmy on like a personal level, like me and Jimmy knowing each other, I would say that
I
boy
called him
probably
Jim.
drank a lot. Jimmy drinking wine isn't Jimi Hendrix drinking some glasses of wine.
Yeah.
I can see him chugging bottles of wine.
Good old Jim. He loved his wine.
He had a girlfriend though, so that's like very like domestic of him.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
To drink a lot of wine.
To just like, yeah, have a girlfriend and sip on wine with her one evening.
That's very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is that's like
And then he just tried to get some melatonin, like I said.
if it was a really good night, is that the worst
well, like,
time
why
to die?
is it? Okay, hold on, because it says the morning of his death, he took too many of his girlfriend's sleeping pills. So why was he taking sleeping pills in the morning?
It could have been like 2 or 3 in the
I
morning.
think he was just trying to.
He probably partied all
to,
night.
all night. Yeah.
Oh,
He
like
was up all night.
morning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Acid keeps you up.
No.
I think
He
that just
drank
means
too
past.
much wine. He partied,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
he like couldn't go to sleep.
And then
or
some
he
point
took
after
too many.
midnight, he
Yeah, makes
had a
sense,
bunch
makes
of
sense.
melatonin, the barbiturate melatonin.
Yeah, he's probably snorted a line of melatonin.
Oh, dude. Do you
Whoops.
guys know anybody
That
who
was my phone.
has like a melatonin
I have to
addiction?
restart this podcast now.
Sorry.
Fuck Wad. Dude, I can't say
What
that with a
what a fuck.
I can't say that with a straight face. It's just not. I can't.
Fuck what?
You can't do the tough guy thing.
I can't do that. No, when you were telling us last podcast about how you called that guy what a dick fuck or
Dick fuck, yeah.
fuck face.
Dick fuck.
I called him fuckface at the
Yeah.
Fahim Anwar show.
Yeah.
I told him that story.
Well, yeah.
And she was
Yeah,
there.
I was there. He said it to me.
We did right now. We ruined his show.
But I can't imagine myself. I would never say. I would never say
we
something
gave
like that.
him. We gave him content.
He's like those 2 schizophrenic people are finally gone. Jesus.
Did you leave during the show?
Yeah.
Oh, you
It was
left
a
during
whole
the-
scene,
Oh,
dude. Everyone looked at us.
no.
Yeah, we had a little outburst because I don't know.
Yeah,
I
because
was
somebody
too in my
said
head.
something to Ella and you about like laughing loud.
Laughing
Yeah.
too loud.
And
Yep.
so you guys left like halfway through the show or the beginning of the show?
It was like the beginning. It was like 10 minutes in.
Oh.
Like I
10 minutes
said,
in, yeah.
That sucks.
it's a rough go of it.
Did you feel like you had to leave?
I was gonna hit the guy. I was getting very upset.
But apart
I was gonna
from-
do something very
Okay.
irrational. So the most rational thing I could do at the time was leave.
Apart from
Well,
your
I think we
rage,
just.
do you feel like
I
you
think
had to
we
leave?
just both were like, okay, we love this comedian, and like he just made us feel
Took it
like
all away.
It ruined the show
what
for
we
you.
were doing. Yeah, like who
Yeah.
we were, and like us enjoying the show was like bothering other people. So then like we would have to like view the show in a filtered sense.
Yeah, it's
and
putting-
he's like one of our favorite comedians.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
yeah, you could argue.
I wish I would have
like,
just played it off like I shit myself. I have to go, and I just that would have been more practical.
I don't know.
So
Yeah.
you didn't play it off in any way. You just like stood up, full of rage, and left.
Yeah, I left the room first. Then Ella kind of stayed back and was like explaining our case as to why we interrupted his show because I literally like I put my knee in the guy that would like talk shit to us and I was
Yeah.
like have a good night fuckface.
Yeah.
And Fahim heard it and he's like what fuckface.
Yeah.
He's like the show just went silent. So it's like immediately all the attention's on us now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joe, you would have known all this if you listened back to the podcast.
I would, yeah. If I listened to this podcast, I would know that.
Know that.
I'm just telling the story again.
This is repeat
It's okay.
content, yeah. Guys, you know what actually make for a
Well,
really
now
good
I'll have
podcast?
to cut this part.
You don't have to cut this.
No.
What would make for a really good podcast?
This is for people who don't listen to the podcast.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
people
yeah.
who don't
It
listen
is
to the
like for me,
podcast,
yeah.
we're gonna go ahead and repeat the entirety of last podcast.
Yeah, let's
just
just
for those people who don't listen
do
to
a
it.
Just a quick recap.
Yeah.
If
Let's
we
do
could
the
a quick
B-sides
recap.
version of that other episode.
Yeah.
Last time on Granddaddies.
Well, the sucky thing is,
A dramatic like CSI like recap. Dun dun dun.
Adam left the comedy show.
Stephen King's a pedophile. Pedophile.
Dun dun.
No, he's not. We like his books. Books.
Stephen King is not a pedophile.
But
Let's
was
not
he?
stand on my laurels.
No,
but
he's not a pedophile.
He's not.
Just
Twitter, we know
likes
from
writing
Twitter.
about kids having sex like any normal adult would.
Kids having kids.
exactly.
sexually.
Yep. That's
Kids
nothing
taking
wrong
other
with
guys.
it. Absolutely not.
This is the same podcast.
I've turned a new leaf this episode.
about the same shit.
I think he's a good guy.
Yeah. You know, like how musicians will have like a hit song that they'll have to play at every show that they go
oh
to.
my god,
Yeah.
yeah.
Let's just have that on a podcast. Like,
Let's
let's just have hit things that we
Yeah,
talk about.
guys,
Just
play the
keep
hits.
talking
Just
about
keep talking about
Dude,
pedophiles.
just keep hitting the hits.
The fans want the hits.
All right,
Nothing
one
wrong
more
with
time
that.
for pedophile.
Nothing wrong with that. All right, so Jimi Hendrix.
I have to shit,
asphyxiated
dude.
on-
This is like really bad. That pizza ran right. I think
Good
I'm
shit already?
I'm definitely lactose intolerant.
Yeah, I mean, you just finished it like 2 minutes ago.
I just had
it was longer.
But no, I just pounded like 2 slices and I dipped the garlic sticks with the cheese. I did a little mukbang over here while you guys
Yeah.
were talking.
Yeah.
Alright.
About
Notice that.
music theory and notes and
Yeah, man. You just
While you were just poisoning
Well, yeah,
yourself.
he was just eating dinner,
Christ. I
like
definitely
you
am.
guys did
I'll be right
earlier.
back. I'm gonna go
Yeah,
and
you're right.
implode
You're
my
right.
asshole.
Okay.
I'll come back with a tail.
Okay.
Prolapse assholes. Are they cool or not?
find out next week.
Yeah.
It's trending. I put a wristband on my prolapse asshole.
The forbidden rosebud. I know that.
It's the thorns that really get you though on those.
Every forbidden rosebud has its thorn. Ain't that the truth?
That's the truth for sure. Yeah. Dang.
All right, well, I have in my mind that all these people died of heroin overdoses in the 27 Club. So Jimmy is in the 27 Club.
Yeah.
So, like, Janis Joplin also died at 27. Kurt Cobain did. He definitely did not die of a heroin overdose.
But he probably could have if he had not died of what he did.
He could have.
I mean,
yeah.
you do agree that Kurt Cobain would probably have a heroin overdose in the next 3 years of his life?
I think Kurt Cobain would fall into being more obscure. I think that Cobain was groundbreaking at the time, but I think that if he would have lived into like his 40s and 50s, I think that Nirvana would have fallen off.
So yeah, dude. There's definitely a lot of truth to the "if I die, I'm a legend" type mindset type thing, right? So yeah, man. I don't know. I mean, I think part of the charm and the lore of Nirvana was that it was so short-lived. Mm-hmm. You know, if they had continued making albums, like, could you imagine if a Nirvana album came out today?
No, it'd
if
be
they were all
weird.
still alive.
Like Modest Mouse used to be my favorite band. They're still making music, and I don't like their last like 3 albums. And yeah, that's just me, but I feel like they're like imitating their own work. They had groundbreaking work with their first like 3 albums. Now I feel like they're just imitating the work that they've already done.
Sure.
Yeah, they're like a caricature of themselves.
Yeah, I mean that's you can say that about a lot of bands too, right? It's really tough to follow up because of this. At the same time, you want to stay true to yourself and what made you popular, but as a band, you evolve.
Yeah,
as people, you evolve, right? Like a 45-year-old is not going to be writing about the same shit as a 20-year-old.
Yeah,
they're going to have different priorities in life.
Totally, man. Like Bukowski. He famously wrote about like getting absolutely hammered at bars, getting into fights, having sex with hookers, like a young man's crazy lifestyle. And he lived until like his 70s. His writing started to become shitty because he was writing about like fake instances of going to the bars and getting girls. And this dude was like 60, married. He became a Buddhist at the end of his life. So the last book that he wrote was a like a mystery book, and it got not good reviews. Because like he tried something else and it didn't work out. The thing about being groundbreaking is you're groundbreaking because you're going against the curve at the time that you do it. Yeah. But if you keep going in that direction, you're not groundbreaking anymore.
You're existing in the ground that you've already broken.
You're existing in already broken ground. Yeah, if you break the sidewalk and then stand on that, you're just standing on a different sidewalk now.
Like, yeah, you were groundbreaking at the time, but now you're just standing on used goods.
And it's still ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just becomes ground.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to break more ground as you go. I feel like that's really tough to reinvent yourself because at the same time, like, when you evolve as a band, you want to expand into other audiences too and gain audience. At the same time, please your own audience, your current audience, and it's just a tough thing to do. And so, and also like with new music, because when was the first time you heard Modest Mouse? How old were you?
I was young. I was probably like 15, 14.
And that's some like core years for what kind of music you like, right?
Yeah.
Like my favorite band is Green Day. And I was a teenager. Everybody says that Green Day has been around for a very long time, like 30 plus years.
Yeah, 92 or something?
92, like early 90s, yeah. And so they've had like multiple generations of like big albums too. And so everybody says your favorite Green Day album is the one that you were a teenager for.
I totally agree with that. My first Green Day album was 21st Century Breakdown. And I think that is like the best thing that Green Day's ever done. And I think a lot of like true Green Day fans would probably disagree with that sentiment.
Yeah, I think it's in the bottom half of all their albums.
Sure.
Yeah.
But it's like, honestly, I think 21st Century Breakdown was, I got my sister's old radio that had a CD player. It was the first CD that I went out and bought for myself.
Yep.
Huge. This is the thing.
Core piece of music art.
Yeah, the song 21 Guns. I'm like, okay, this is probably the best song to wake up to.
Yeah.
Get ready for school to, come back from school, listen to again, like that. I mean, I listened to that song, the album so many times that I broke the CD.
Yeah,
it got like scratches on it that I listened to it so much, just sitting in the player.
Dude, the same thing. So American Idiot was that for me. Just like the first time I ever heard the F word in a piece of music.
Oh,
and just like
the parental warning on it.
Oh, dude,
so nice,
so nice. And then you kind of break out of your shell with that music, and you could just it becomes the most amazing thing, and you feel kind of naughty listening to it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
felt naughty listening to Green Day when I was young, which added to the allure of it.
Feeling naughty's nice. Doing things that make you feel naughty is a nice thing. I just got a PS4 and I got GTA 5, and I'm pretty behind the curve on this, but I'm playing it just shooting grenade launchers at like groups of people, and I'm like, oh, this is insane. I feel naughty about this.
Bro, I'm so glad you're discovering this for yourself now.
It's
GTA.
Wild, dude. GTA is wild.
Dude, you're about I don't know, probably 12, 15 years behind, but it's great
incredible.
that I want to play with you.
It's such a fun game.
Yeah, that's nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ella, any thoughts?
No, I was just listening to your guys' conversation.
You're back, Adam.
And we're back.
Oh man,
How was it, by the way? Should I go in there?
it was like a Jackson Pollock painting. Just splat.
I'm going to go take a
blood.
piss, and I'm going to report back to you guys on the state of the restroom.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It might be a little. It might be a little. I sprayed for bras.
Okay. That should be like a weekly segment.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Someone takes a dump, and then someone else
in there
walks in
after.
there, and then
Clean it up.
reports back on
With
it.
your pressure
So
washer.
do you
go
not
clean
want
it
me to
up.
flush next time?
Don't flush next time.
Okay.
Yeah,
You wanna
'cause that
see it?
will
Okay.
provide for much better content for sure.
Here's the-
I want you to be proud of me.
Yeah, here's the thing about like looking at other people's shit. So many times if you see somebody shit at a gas station or something like that,
Porta potty.
a porta potty, I never see toilet paper in with it. So often when I walk in and see like a giant shit in a public restroom, it's just a shit with no toilet
So
paper.
someone's just shooting them and just leaving.
and then standing up and walking out. Remember that huge shit we saw at in college? It was in the girls' bathroom. We all went in and looked at it. There was no,
You know that
there
you
was no
mentioned it.
toilet paper. There was no toilet paper. And the girl that told us about it was, she looked like she took some healthy shits. And she's like, I have no idea who did this, but it's huge. Come look at it.
That's right. She showed us all.
Girl, I have
was
an
just like-
idea of who might have taken that shit. And then didn't
It
wipe.
was the spectacle of the evening.
Yeah. Do you think that she took a shit and then walked to another stall and wiped?
Maybe
That's kind of cool of her.
Houdini did.
Houdini
did a
did.
little optical illusion.
Oh, do you think she wiped and then threw it into the next stall and just like tried to like three-pointer toilet
just,
paper?
Just
into
wiped
it?
and Kobe did.
Yeah,
And she wouldn't even know if there was someone next to her, so there could
No, she knew there was
could be
someone
some-
next to
that's what
her.
I'm saying.
Maybe she had an accomplice and she just like passed the toilet paper to her that she could then throw
yeah.
away in the other toilet.
There was it was an inside job.
It was an inside job, and there was like a second shooter, but the shooter was somebody putting
He's
away.
thought
the toilet
about this
paper.
10 years later, and he's like, "Holy shit! Remember that?"
Dude, that's the time when holy shit actually matches.
He's analyzing it like it was the JFK assassination.
Yeah, dude, how do you feel about Trump on Rogies coming up? Well, Rogies
he's on
gonna have
Rogan?
Trump dog, yeah.
Well, he's done. He did the Flagrant 2 podcast with like Andrew Schultz and
Yeah.
have you seen that?
Yeah, I try to stay away from shitty ones like that. that sucks, dude. That sucks. I mean,
It is like 4 fuckboys going like, "What the fuck's going on today?"
Well, I've had a long-standing beef with the flagrant. What is it called?
Flagrant.
Flagrant. I've
Yeah.
had a long-standing beef with them. Like
How?
I don't
What's
get
up?
along with those guys. They don't get along with me. Like
Our podcast is fucking here and here, man.
Rival
we're completely
podcast.
different.
It's insane.
Yeah, we have different demographics, obviously, but like they stay in their little corner, and we go to the masses.
Well, they have their little Indian Pakistani guy. I guess I'm that guy.
Yeah, I mean, I think
I am the diversity of the show.
He's the Adam. You're not him. He's the Adam of their podcast. But
Yep.
yeah, no, I think
We just need a black guy. They got a black guy. We need a black guy.
Well, we're sponsored by black guys.
Only black businesses.
Yeah. Well, we're pretty much. That's what we are. We're kind of like a grassroots like black business, I would say. Maybe we should cut that.
We're black.
Well, we're sponsored. Are we going to talk about our sponsors today?
Yes, we are.
Do we have any sponsors?
Yeah, I think we do.
Yeah, we're sponsored by black guys in your community.
Yep. Not much money, but some.
Black.com. They sent us all booty shorts that we're all wearing right now.
Yeah, it's good that this isn't a video episode.
Today we're sponsored by Dr. Pepper. Get your Dr. Pepper. Local
The
convenience
most
store.
delicious drink of 23
It is
different
delicious.
flavors.
It is delicious.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, 23 authentic blend of 23 flavors.
I just like
think
to chase it with my whiskey.
I think I read something that Dr. Pepper is actually more popular than Pepsi.
Oh, well,
It is.
Pepsi sucks.
It's the number one. It's the number one soda of this year, and I only know that because I'm fat.
over Coca-Cola.
There's a
So,
soda of the year.
I'm the expert.
Yeah.
Well,
Well,
it won soda of the year this year.
Wow.
you are
most
definitely the
popular
point
soda.
of contact for that.
Yeah.
So
They just pulled
You guys
Adam.
called me right away. The chicken Big Mac is out, right? And I'm like, yep, I have the data right here, guys.
way ahead of you. You have two like monitors in front of you. You're tracking like trends in like Big Macs.
I have like the giant like Batman logo in the sky, except it's just like a burger.
Dude, you spoke into existence the
Totally did.
McChicken Big Mac
Yeah,
thing.
that was
I saw
weird.
the ad
That was
for that
very
the
weird.
next day after you mentioned that.
That was very weird.
That was
I was
beyond
talking about how I had a chicken Big Mac for the first time in Egypt because international food items are very they're very different here and there. You can go to there's this McDonald's in Chicago that you can go to. It's like the international McDonald's. And you can try stuff that's like off menu from around the world. It's kind of cool.
I feel like they have 4 things at McDonald's in the U.S.
No, that's literally like burger, chicken sandwich.
Yeah. Chicken
Fries.
nuggets, fries. Yeah.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah, that's really. And then it's just like different takes on
Dude,
that.
when I was in Amsterdam, they had like fucking feta cheeseburgers.
Right? Doesn't
Yeah.
that sound
Mediterranean burgers.
in Paris, they
and-
had salads. They had McDonald's salads.
I think they still have salads right
They
now,
used to have
right?
salads here, but
Salad-
they discontinued them.
They did have like a chicken. They had like a chicken Caesar salad.
They did
Yeah.
the chicken
Yeah,
Caesar
that's
salad.
true.
They had a chicken chipotle salad
Also,
too.
Yeah.
I read
Yeah.
something that the salads at McDonald's are actually their highest calorie item.
Yeah, because of
which
the
is
dressing
nuts.
and shit.
The
That
dressing
is
and
nuts.
all the stuff. That
Adam,
goes
what
in
if
it.
you're just like a savant and you could just list out like everything that they had? Like, oh yeah, the
think it
chicken
might
Caesar
be.
salad that they had at McDonald's, 2008 to 2019. That was a good one. It never made
like I
salad
know
of the year.
baseball stats.
He did his dissertation on the.
Yeah, dude,
on the-
Ronald McDonald, his RBI, his
McDonald's
batting
menu.
averages.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to Lagavulin, our sponsor.
Cheers. Sponsored
Cheers.
by Lagavulin.
You don't want this stuff.
No, oh my god.
It
When
tastes
you
like
brought it over and it like
Yeah, it waves.
yeah.
Yeah, you waft
It's
it.
nice
and you'll
though. I kind of like it.
Oh, it's so good.
$100 bottle?
60. 60?
60. Okay, because I looked it
Yeah,
up
because-
online. I was like, that's a pricey
So
bottle.
this is the 8-year. I think you sent us the 12-year.
Gotcha. So it's a little pricier the more aged it is.
It's basically exponential. So you get an 8-year, 60. 12-year is like 100. If you go into like 14-year ones, they're locked behind the counter.
Ooh.
Yeah, like and then you get like a 16, a 20-year
They're
one.
like, you need to purchase a fast pass if you want to get behind those counters.
It's like the
Exactly.
It's like reverse Epstein list right there.
Exactly. The
Yeah.
older it is, the harder it is to obtain.
Yep.
Yep.
Totally.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
If you want a 100-year-old bottle, you have to like get on a boat and go to a desolate island and like get
Oh,
blessed by a shaman.
100-year. I mean, do you think they even have 100-year bottles of scotch?
Some
How
do.
different would
I
it
think
be
some
from
do.
like a 50-year-old at that point?
The money would be wasted on us. It's the same with like really good $1,500 wine and a $90 bottle of
Yeah,
wine.
totally.
Like we're
It
not
would be wasted on us.
sommeliers, so
Yeah.
it would just be wasted on us.
Yeah.
I watched this complete fucking moron buy like apparently they were auctioning off like liquor bottles that were found like under the like in the Titanic.
Oh.
No way.
And
I
this-
mean, that's just clout to
Yeah.
like own that.
yeah.
That's just like, oh yeah, look
you wouldn't
at
even
this.
want to open that.
Well, it's like
he-
the rhino horn.
Guess what happens, Ryan? He fucking opens it. And it's like that video I showed you where the guy
Yeah, I
opens
remember
expired
that.
shit.
the way he drinks it.
He drinks it.
Oh my god.
Well,
Please
it
do
was
not
it sealed?
touch.
And he's like gagging and shit. Like, I'm just like, why did you do this, man? This was the most expensive thing you could have bought.
Yeah. Did it turn? I feel like
It was like wine.
it was like wine.
It was
Dang.
wine.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah. I know that they found bottles of wine, more like containers,
Yeah.
vessels of wine that are really old. They're probably in like Egypt and stuff. And they've opened those and they're straight vinegar. Bad vinegar.
Well, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, they're sealed with like cloth and stuff. You can watch videos of them like
Yeah.
peeling off the
Well,
cloth.
the
to these-
thing that he bought
potteries.
should have been put on a shelf. I mean, like, yeah,
Yeah.
this was in the Titanic.
Yeah, that shit
It's
should be in
something
a
that you
museum.
like
He's an
flex
idiot, and
with.
he's like, I'm gonna give it,
It
a
should
try.
be in a museum. The Titanic is sunk. Yeah.
God.
Oh shit.
They do have a Titanic exhibit. Like
Yeah, I've been to it
yeah,
before.
they
They
have a
had it in
whole
the cities one
Titanic
time.
museum.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Have you heard about that book that was written about the Titan, like 10 years before the Titanic set sail?
No.
And
Yes,
it's
I have, yeah.
It's the story about
Unbelievable
a ship
coincidence.
that goes into the Arctic Circle and hits an iceberg and goes down without enough life rafts, and so people drown on it. It's an uncanny comparison to the
Uncanny
Titanic.
comparison, and there's so many details of it. That
How come it wasn't raved about then?
It's almost a premonition.
Well, it kind of is. I mean, I found this on like Reddit.
So it was a fiction
Interesting.
book that was written prior to the actual event happening.
Oh, what the fuck?
And you look it up. Seriously, there's a ton of just wicked, crazy.
We need to go like down a rabbit hole one of these
It was
nights.
also built in Ireland. Like both the Titan and the Titanic were assembled in Ireland.
Makes sense. Not sturdy enough, built by a bunch of drunks.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right when they said it was built by Irish people. That's kind of nice. You can still be pretty racist to Irish people.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Italians.
Yep.
Yeah. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Those bricklaying guineas.
Is that a word for Italian people?
Yeah, it's a guinea or a wop.
I need to brush up on this.
It's
WAP
racial
is
terms.
without papers.
Yep.
Yeah,
No, that's what that means?
yeah, without papers. It's, they
Wow.
would come over and they didn't have like
WOP.
their college ruled binders or whatever.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
WAP.
Wop.
It's also wet ass.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I thought
That's
of.
WAP.
Yep.
You guys remember when Ben
Oh
Shapiro...
yeah, without yeah. It's, good point. It's WOP is WAP.
Yeah, but same
Wop wap.
same way to pronounce
Dude,
it.
my
wait,
mom's
wait.
favorite
What's
song was
WOP?
WAP for a while.
Really?
Your
Without
mom's
paper.
favorite
She loved it. She
song
listened to it all the time. She's like, play that song, and she would like dance.
She
to
knows
it.
the shit.
It was so funny. I'm like, Mom, do you know the lyrics? She's like, yeah, I think so. I'm like, Mom, this is a crazy song. She loved it.
Okay, so WOP...
rap music.
Without papers. WAP.
Oh, with...
And then
Yeah.
and then wet ass he's like WAP.
It's still
Yeah,
pronounced
but
WAP.
they pronounce
Yeah.
it as WAP.
Yeah.
WAP would be WAPP.
Oh, like another consonant to
Yeah.
really drive home the
Like
A.
wet ass pussy problems.
Yeah, dude.
99 problems, but a wet ass pussy ain't one.
It ain't one.
Ain't that the truth?
Ain't
Ain't that the truth?
nothing wrong with that.
To actually get wet,
Yes.
that's not just pushed by big woman. That's not just pushed by like big
Big pussy.
Yes.
They actually do get wet?
Do they get wet, Ella?
Yeah, we should...
I feel like it definitely depends on the woman
yeah.
Okay.
and a lot of medications
Oh,
that women take can
Okay.
affect.
Dry it up a bit.
Yeah. Oh, that's very interesting. Like SSRIs or something. Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, SSRIs make guys not come.
Yeah.
I've heard.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
lucky that I missed out on that side effect.
So you took some SSRIs and then came.
Immediately. Yeah. I did an experiment. I took a handful of SSRIs.
Okay.
And I took a handful of my own dick.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
And then I jerked off and I actually came.
Did it take longer or anything?
Had that.
Yeah, I mean, I got a few of them stuck in my throat, like the pills.
Sure.
So I had to like fix that quick.
So you had
can't,
something
you can't
lodged.
come if you're choking.
Speak
That's a
for
good point.
yourself, but yeah.
I was
You're right.
just.
Bro,
I was like,
ever heard of a
some
thing
people
called-
do
That's the only way I
when
can
they're
come.
joking.
You're right
Like
about
some
that.
take it too far.
right about that.
Erotic asphyxiation.
Asphyxiation?
Asphyxiation.
I fixate on the ass.
Yep. Yep.
And that's pretty erotic.
So some people can come on SSRIs.
Yeah.
SSRIs
Oh, yeah,
are
no,
such a
there's so many-
buzzkill.
Yeah.
Like if a
Nah.
couple is on SSRIs, you just have a dry ass pussy, you have a DAP
Totally disagree.
with somebody who just
A
can't
dap.
come.
A dead ass prick.
That's a dead ass prick. Dry ass. Yeah.
Totally,
then you say some
totally
people
disagree. Totally disagree. I mean, I'm in one of those aforementioned couples.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and
I really don't. I
the
only
game
know
is
what
strong.
Like, I've
I'll
heard.
say that.
The game is strong.
Game is strong.
Sick.
Yeah.
Sick.
So it depends on the person. I mean, yeah, sure, it can lower libidos, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, to me, dude, like as a partaker of SSRIs for the better, like the majority of my life, actually,
Yeah.
everything just fires better upstairs when,
That's
when
awesome.
I'm on it. Seriously, like changed my life. I don't know. Like I in middle school and like freshman year of high school, I was just terrible general anxiety, social anxiety, just all of it. And then
Sad boy.
I started taking it, and literally my entire life took a 180 after that.
That
I was able to be on perform on stage, talk to women, actually, branch out, make friends. I took it for like 10 years, and then I got off of it for like 2 years.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I'm old now. Like I can Like I know how to. I feel like that was myself at that point, right?
Yeah.
And then after being off of it for a couple of years, I was like, man, I'm actually like having like some of this middle school energy like seep back in.
Yeah.
Where I'm like socially anxious and I can't articulate myself as
starting to
good
come
as I
back.
can, and like I'm not managing stress all that well. So I'm like, maybe I should go back on this because I really like I'm not the person that I grew up to be without it. You know.
Sure.
Which it bugs me to know that like I actually just went back in for an appointment like this past week to talk about going back on it, and I told my doctor that hey I the only thing I didn't like about being on it was the fact that I was on it.
Yeah.
I didn't have any negative side effects, no problems at all. It was
So,
just
like,
the fact that I was
like the ingrained stigma
or like
of
the
being on it.
idea that I had to be on something to like myself. You know.
I mean, that is like that is like a concerning thing, right?
But that's not I mean, it's just the intellectual fact of it. It wasn't like an actual negative effect that was happening. It was like a perceived negative effect. Of like I just don't like the fact that I have to take this.
Sure, yeah.
But it's not detrimental in any way. I'm seriously everything fires better when I'm on it.
Yeah.
So
and it's nice that you could still like come on it because I think going on like if you're really depressed and then you go on SSRIs and then you lose your entire libido, that would be just injury to insult. You know, You're like, okay, I'm a sad boy, but at least I can jerk off 7 to 8 times a day. And then you go on it, and then you're just like, then you're just like, then you're a medium boy who just can't come at all. Like for the people that do experience a forced no fap, if you will.
yeah, that would suck. That would suck. About that 7 to 9 times a day, you said?
Yeah, like some people out there.
Like some people out there, yeah.
Some people, some people.
Some people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, there's people that do that. There's people that jerk off like 8 times a day.
Dude, there's people
I
that
know
smoke
people.
meth and just jack off the entire day.
Didn't a guy have a heart attack from jerking
20
off?
hours
like,
a day. Watching porn and jerking off 20 hours a day.
That's a lot of porn.
That's a
like,
lot of... Oh, dude, that's a lot of
Think of the
jerking off.
depths of the porn that he got into after like hour 2. Because it's not getting more softcore.
No,
it's getting more
getting-
insane.
Yeah, it's actively ramping up, and this guy's probably doing this for days at a time.
He probably came full circle, and at the end, he was just watching like lesbians kiss, and just absolutely busting to it.
just watching like a Shakira music video.
I think that there is a stigma against SSRIs, and I don't know, man. I think SSRIs are super helpful for people with like chemical imbalances and stuff like that. But there also is a level of like responsibility that somebody needs to take maybe before going the SSRI route.
Definitely.
Like drinking more water, waking up at a reasonable time, like getting a job if they don't have one, working out. Like things to just kind of like help mitigate, some of the toughness in life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I think it's absolutely not. It's not explained well enough to kids. I mean, I was high school freshman year, like 15, 16, when they put me on it, and I think that was way too young for me to like. Okay, at the time, no, like this is something that you'll probably like be off and on for the rest of your life.
Yep.
Like starting to take this now will affect you in 12 years.
You wish you knew like the full scope of like, what are the side effects or consequences of
or just
the
like
long-term
knowing,
side
like,
effects of taking
like
this
it
drug.
was incredibly difficult for me to get off of. So have you guys heard of the brain zaps?
No.
About coming off of SSRIs?
Yeah.
It's like an electrical impulse when you're withdrawing from it. Like if I miss 2 days of taking meds or if I'm trying to get off of it, like if I move my eyeballs, it'll send an electrical impulse throughout my brain. It's like a quick brain zap.
So, and you'll tick? Or you'll feel it
No, you'll
more?
just kind of feel it go through your head. For me, it's very connected to my eyes and my ears. So if I were to hear like a sudden sound behind me, it would trigger a brain zap.
Oh, that
Or like
sucks.
move my eyeballs in one direction, it would.
Does that happen to you too at all?
Yeah, mine.
Because you
is
take
more
SSRIs as well.
Yeah, mine is more like it feels like there's like a zap, like right here, like
On your
behind
forehead?
like behind my eyebrows.
Yeah, it's not fun.
That sounds awful.
Does that happen if you miss one day or miss multiple days?
Well, that happened when I switched SSRIs. And then like it doesn't happen if I don't take it, but it was weird. It happened when I switched SSRIs.
For how long?
It didn't last for too long. It would like just happen randomly here and there.
That's freaky.
But I've definitely experienced
Yeah, it's not
it.
fun. I mean, it's not gonna really hurt you, but it's just not a fun thing to experience.
Does it feel like a mini seizure?
Yeah. I would say.
That's
Yeah.
kind of what it sounds like.
Yeah.
So I was at this class about neurobiology and alcoholics. And so, when somebody drinks a lot and they're like a heavy alcoholic, when they stop drinking, they'll have seizures a lot. And that's caused from kind of an interesting thing. It's because alcohol, like, depresses the brain. So when they get off it, they have so many synapses firing that they'll just, like, start having a seizure because their brain is, like, picking back up. It's wild. I wonder if for somebody who's like a heavy drug user, if it would help them to be put into like a medically induced coma to just be able to like sweat out and live out the worst of the withdrawal symptoms.
Well, Elvis Presley like tried to do that. Like he was trying. He got so like overweight and so fat that he just like he was asking his physician if they could just put him in a coma and he could just lose weight that way.
Oh, to lose weight? That's
Yeah,
not
to
crazy.
lose weight.
Wow, that's not crazy.
It's not crazy, but it's crazy to ask. Be like, could you put me in a coma, baby? I'm just trying to get rid of these titties.
This bulldog's been marching a little.
I'm the king.
That's crazy. That's dark, man. I like I might be in the minority, but I think being like heavily addicted to drugs would probably not be great.
No,
I think that would suck.
no.
Yeah.
I mean, we all have our vices. We're all addicted to something.
Oh, totally, man. Like ex-heroin addicts, like drug users, they always seem to get addicted to just something else.
Yep.
I think in a lot of ways it could be like more positive. But like alcoholics too, I think that after they stop doing a drug, they become like super just engrossed in something else.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, they just trade one vice for another.
Yeah, potentially a healthier one.
Like bodybuilding.
Yeah, dude, that's
Right.
like that's probably sick. To like give up heroin and then just become like a bodybuilder.
Yeah, you got to put that same amount of addictive energy into something else.
Yeah, like right now with my friend Aaron, he's got he's really into sports betting. So it's like you trade one addiction for another.
What was his previous addiction?
Aaron's been through it all. He's fucking been through. Oh my god, I can't wait to have him on the pod. He's got so many fucking
I can't
great
wait to have him
stories
on
for
the
you
pod
guys.
either.
Yeah.
But he was in treatment about I think twice.
Wow.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I had no idea.
and so it wasn't up until like recent. Like I think it's been 3 years now. He's stone cold sober. Even like cigarettes. Like he still does like Zins and shit like that. But like, because some habits are harder to kick. Because he was still smoking cigarettes for a while after he quit all the other shit.
Yeah.
But no, like he was just drinking and smoking weed after high school. Like he wasn't doing anything crazy.
Yeah.
But like when he was in high school, dude, fucking meth. I picked him up one time with our buddy Forrest, and they were fucking huffing computer dust cleaner.
Classic.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dude, trying to get me to hit that shit, and I'm like, I'm good.
There's a hierarchy to drug use too.
I'm driving right now. I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm shocked you said
worse.
no.
I'm like, I'll try it later though.
Yeah. If you go from huffing paint in a car to just like doing Zins, you're better.
You're golden
You
right there.
fixed it. Yeah, you have a pretty minor issue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
No, but like respect to Aaron though, he'll tell you all sorts of stories. He's very honest about it. He does not hide that shit at all.
So he's open about it. We can keep this.
Oh
on
yeah,
the
he's
pod.
open about
Is
it.
he listening to the pod?
I don't. He's listened to I think the first episode.
Okay.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So Egyptian is a dead language.
Hold on, I don't know if we're recording.
Scroll to the very end.
Or probably just
No, we are
over some
recording.
shit.
I'm just very zoomed. Yeah, we're recording.
There it is.
Yeah, we're recording. We're back.
So
We're
what
back.
do they
We're
speak?
back.
Is it just Arabic?
Yeah, it's Arabic.
Do you speak Arabic?
Yeah, when you're over there, yeah.
Do you speak Arabic?
No, I personally do not.
Okay.
I know like touristy level Arabic. Like I know greetings. I know just common words. Yes, no.
Shalom alaikum.
Yeah. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Yep.
And that's what.
Or you say ahlan wa sahlan, which means hello or welcome. Or ahlan means hello.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum. Is that what Muslim people say to other Muslims, or you just say it to
It actually comes from the Quran, so it means
Okay.
peace be upon to you.
Okay.
And then you say it back like, oh, peace to you as well.
Assalamu alaikum.
It's just a common expression. It's literally said all over. It's literally hello though, essentially.
Nice.
It's a common greeting.
Yeah, a lot of other languages I think have better greetings than English, because like if you go to France, they'll say bonjour, which is like good day.
Yep.
That's cool, man.
Yeah, it is cool.
But a lot of the kids in France will just say like ça va, just like what's up.
Oh, okay.
Ça va.
It's slang. There,
It's
I'm
completely
sure. Yeah.
slang.
So my dad was telling me this too. There is Egyptian slang too, which I don't know, but
Yeah, which is Arabic slang.
yeah, there is Arabic slang. So like even he goes there now, and there's like new gen like slang.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
yellow, like and my dad's like, what the fuck is
Gen
that?
Alpha,
But it's in Arabic.
Yeah, that's
it's just interesting.
yeah, that's wild.
So he goes back home and he's just like because my dad's an American, really. Essentially, he's been here for what 30? Is it coming on 37 years now?
I feel like once he
37 years.
Yeah, once he was in the Navy in the United States, he was like full on American citizen.
Oh, yeah,
like,
I mean,
like Americanized.
What's our cover photo here, guys?
Beautiful cover
Speaking
photo.
Arabic is probably useful
The man loved this country.
Beautiful, man.
because if you can speak Arabic, you can go to so many great places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Iraq.
He tried teaching us young. It was very hard because I think he tried teaching us at the age of 8.
Yeah.
The trick is you need to from when you're babies, you need to teach your kids a new language
Yeah.
because that's when the brain's developing really.
Yeah, totally.
Does
You know?
he still fluently speak Arabic? Like
Absolutely.
He goes back there and it's just
My
flip a switch.
my dad goes about every year.
Sweet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I would love to go to Egypt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He hasn't taken us as a family in a long time.
Yeah. So you probably fly into Cairo,
Yep.
and then we would go to where your family
There's an
is.
airport in Alexandria too. Alexandria's like the second biggest city there. That's where my dad grew up.
Yeah,
It's
really?
where- yeah, it's where Alexander the Great he conquered that area. So that's
Sure.
why it's named Alexandria.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, that's where the library was.
Yeah, dude, my dad's very knowledgeable. Like, if my dad could just take us on a full tour, that would be the best.
That would rock.
Really.
Yeah, that'd be super cool. Yeah, plane tickets, and then we'd need like. Do you think it's safe? Do you think it's safe for people to go, or is
It's
it
safe.
It's as safe as like Mexico.
Yeah.
like you just need to keep your head about you, and it'll be fine.
Yeah, it's just safe in the sense that, like, my dad said that, like, you as an American will get ripped off. They upcharge you.
Yeah,
It's a very common thing that happens to tourists when you go over there, and you wouldn't know the difference because you don't speak the language. You're like, yeah, I'll pay this thing, to ride the camel, to go on the, to do whatever the fuck.
yeah, that happens everywhere.
Yeah,
I think
dude,
anywhere
I'll pay the extra $20 to wear the turban, ride the camel, and shoot the AK into the sky. Dude, that's what I came here for.
I would love to do that. Shoot an AK
bucks.
at
No,
the
you can't.
pyramid.
You can't do that.
Going to get, that would rock.
But like I said, Egypt.
That would kind of rock, man.
Yeah,
Like,
I'd pay for that.
Like I said earlier, Egypt is very, very strong military. So when you go to the airport, you see guards with guns,
Yeah.
with automatics.
I kind of like that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not against
It's
that.
like next level TSA. It's insane.
because they have full autos.
Oh, straight up.
Yeah.
It's like you better not leave a water bottle in your bag. Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
I mean,
well,
there's guards.
target
there's,
practice.
There's guards with AK-47s at like sporting events, like Twins games.
Yeah.
with AK-47s.
I guess that is a good point.
like rusted
They have-
AK-47s.
Yeah, like
Grenades.
sawed off.
Yeah, sawed-off shotgun.
Sawed-off shotguns protecting.
Yeah.
You're like,
target
what the
field.
GTA is going on here?
like dirty bombs. they have a Molotov cocktail that they just walk around with.
They got drones that they patrol with.
Oh,
that will
man.
come down and just drop bombs on people.
That makes me feel safer. If I go to a
Oh,
baseball
yeah.
game and there's drones with pistols duct taped to them,
Yeah.
I
Oh,
feel
yeah.
safer about being there.
Yo.
Yeah. Yeah, let's head out to Egypt.
But yeah, like I said, you're gonna hear that 5 a.m. call to prayer, and it's gonna wake you up. It does kind of sound. It is very Lion King-y.
My sibling went to what's the place? Is that what it is? Where's the Burj Khalifa? Dang.
Daylight come and I wanna go home. You're like, this is interesting.
That's what they're saying?
No, that'd be funny.
Wherever the Burj Khalifa is, that really big skyscraper.
That's in Dubai.
Dubai. So they went to Dubai and they sent me a recording of the prayer song that they do.
Yep.
And it's wild. Everybody stops and like,
Everyone drops their shit.
yeah, it's so serious. You know, that's great for social cohesion.
They're holding their baby and they're like, drop that shit.
Yeah, well, the baby better be praying. So you should set them on a mat so they can get up and pray. For social cohesion, that's great. Like if we had something in America where 6 times a day everybody needs to say the Pledge of Allegiance all together, that would just Americans would be
Unified.
and insane.
There's a big unity to it, and that's why it is the largest religion in the world.
Yeah.
What is?
Islam.
Americanism.
1 billion?
I thought we said Americanism.
Billion
too.
people follow it?
A billion.
No, dude, Christianity is the biggest.
I feel like Muslim.
Google it.
No, I think
The
it's
religion.
Google it right now.
So if you followed the
Come on,
religion
Jamie.
of
We need Ella right now.
if you followed
I
the
think-
religion
No, we
of
don't need
Islam,
Ella. Just get your phone out of here.
you're a Muslim. Like if you follow the religion of Islam, you're a Muslim.
Yes.
But they're not following the Muslim faith. Right? Like
what do you mean?
like there's the religion of Islam and then if you follow that
That's
you're a
what they're
Muslim.
called. They're called Muslims.
Yeah.
Muslims follow Islam. Christians follow Christianity.
What if you called them an
Jewish people
Islamist?
follow Judaism. But yeah, it doesn't make sense to really. Why are they?
Because they
called
should be an
Muslims?
Islamist.
That's a good question to ask my dad.
Ask him. Let's have him on the pod.
Or ask.
All right.
Ask
All right.
ChatGPT.
All right. Christianity is the world's largest religion,
Oh, it is.
with
Okay.
31.1 of the world's population identifying as Christian.
I think that Muslims are probably going to be actually practicing the faith, where
Is-
a lot
is
of
it-
people will
is it
just
second
say
or
that they're
third?
Okay.
Christian.
So Christianity has 2.4 billion followers.
Okay.
Islam has 1.9.
Okay, so I
They're the
wasn't
two
wrong.
biggest.
Wow.
Okay.
You guys want to guess what the third is?
Not Judaism.
With
No.
1.2 billion followers.
So we need a lot of them. So
Hindu.
like India. So yeah, Hindu.
Yeah, you want to know
Hinduism.
why? Because there's a billion people in India.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's crowded.
Hinduism.
It's like
Absolutely.
China essentially. There's a lot of fucking people there.
All right, and then who's got the number 4?
Judaism.
Buddhism,
Joseph Ding Ding.
and then fifth.
Half a billion.
Yeah, fifth.
Fifth is Judaism, doesn't it?
No,
No.
no. Judaism
come, like,
is going to
number
be
6?
pretty. It's going to be lower on it. Judaism. There's not that many Jews. There's like
Well, they really did a number on them.
Sure, yeah. There's like Ashkenazi Jews, and those number kind of highly. And then there's Jews. I mean, there's a bunch of like different types of Jews, but I still think Judaism is
crazy,
going to be a
guys.
little bit
Guys,
lower.
this is crazy.
So for number 5, what about like Zoroastrianism?
Scientology.
Scientology, yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Guys, this is crazy. There's not that many Jews.
No, there's not that many at all.
14 million. 14.7 million.
Like I said, there would be about 6 million
Isn't
more.
that
Yeah.
insane?
Would
Yeah.
be about
Dude, that's like
6 million more.
40% of all Jews.
Yeah,
today, if you
like
go
I said,
to-
Hitler left the oven on a lot.
Jesus Christ, you guys.
Yeah, that's crazy. That is really
Holy
crazy.
He
shit,
really-
that's
What's
so
the fifth?
many.
What's the fifth after Buddhism?
Okay, it Wikipedia just says folk religion
Oh, like paganism?
at 400 million.
Yeah.
It just says folk religion.
I
which
mean,
I'm-
that's like Celtism. That's everything.
That's like some midsummer type shit. Have you guys seen that movie?
That
Yeah,
would fall.
good
That
movie.
dude. That's totally a folk religion.
Yeah.
dude, folk religion is such a cop out. It's a catch all. It should not. Okay, the next
It's
like,
an umbrella term, but being a folk religist
Yeah.
would rock.
Shinto is number 6 with 100 million
Ooh, yeah.
followers.
Lot of-
Shinto.
I think there's a lot in Japan.
Yep,
There's a lot of
exactly.
Shintoists.
Yep.
Interesting.
Japanese
Yeah.
So it's a
religion.
Japanese type religion.
Yep.
Well, I think it just proliferated in Japan a lot, but
Okay.
yeah, I think like there's probably a lot of Shintos in Eastern Asia. So
Yeah,
like
I mean, yeah.
maybe China has some. I feel like the religion level in China is probably quite low.
I did not even really know about Shintoism. This is really interesting. And then Taoism is next.
Oh yeah.
Um,
The Tao is where the Force comes from in Star Wars.
yeah.
It is. yeah,
Really?
yeah. That's where
Wow.
That's where Lucas got the idea for the Force.
Yeah, guys. Yeah, dude. Judaism is number 11 on this list.
That's
There's
crazy.
not that many Jews. That's
I always
crazy.
thought it was like number 4.
No, dude. I would have said the same thing.
Jesus.
Yeah.
I mean, we got Sikhism above that. And guys, literally, we have voodoo.
But I mean, if
Above
you're
Judaism.
if you are
Literally
talking-
says voodoo on Wikipedia.
Wow.
As
in African regions.
African
I mean,
regions. Yeah.
there's a
Yeah.
huge. The population of Africa is massive. I had no idea,
Yeah,
but Ethiopia has like 110 million people.
Yeah, it's like Ethiopia is a top 10 populated country.
It's insane. Rogies and Donald J. Trump Dog.
I'd say it's pretty on theme.
What, this?
Dude, how many attempts people have taken on DT's life right
It's
now?
insane.
It
It's
is
insane.
insane.
It's at 3 right now.
Is it at 3?
I think that
Because there was the one that was at that rally where the kid was on the roof.
Yeah.
And then there was the guy at the golf course. What's the third one?
The third one is like a suspected one. So he was at a rally, and people started saying like they had bad headaches, and there was a lot of like secret service going around, and they were thinking it was maybe like a chemical attack.
Oh, shit.
I don't think that one is. I don't know how legit that one is.
Right.
It might have been just like mass psychosis, basically.
I'm shocked he's still doing rallies. Like, why is he not
Yeah.
like, underground?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's good for his campaign to keep doing rallies, even after having
Just
like
to put on a strong face?
Bro, he's had assassination attempts. Like,
Yeah,
still
I
going to
guess.
rallies is wild. If I
That is
went
nuts.
out somewhere and somebody shot at me, and then I knew other people were going to shoot at me, I would not
Yeah.
leave my house.
No, fuck no.
Especially if I was a billionaire.
That's what I'm
dude, I
saying.
would
Like,
never
how
leave
is he
my
not
house.
like in a fallout shelter right now?
Yeah, well, I mean, he's just a beast, dude. He's a beast. I can't believe they were just freaking released it. Rogies just sent it. Ryan, you're looking rough right now.
Is this a good place to end and we can just chill?
Do we have an hour?
We have an hour, dude.
Okay.
Absolutely. I can edit this and we got an hour.
I mean, I'm still feeling good, but you're just...
Get some water in you, bro.
Yeah. The alcohol's gonna
Hydrate a
fuck
little bit.
up. Dude,
Yeah.
go chug a bunch of water. We'll take a break for a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe we can go hit the brewery.
Yeah, let's get the pizza out.
We can go hit
Get
a
some food in
brewery.
you.
We can go get hammered at the brewery. It's Halloween. It's Halloween. People are selling
It is the Halloween weekend.
Yeah.
What? It's in the oven still.
Bro, you can't drink so much. We need an intervention. You can't drink so much. This is our livelihood.
Intervention time.
This is our
We're
livelihood.
going on pause right now.
For clothes that Tristan loves. Fold-free detergent